Yo, what is up everyone? Welcome to the Fantasy Football Prodigy channel, and I have another video for you guys of me setting my lineups across my 3 leagues for the upcoming week. This is week 11 of the 2020 fantasy football season, and hopefully, as you watch this, I will go through some start-sit decisions and deal with some injuries that maybe you guys are dealing with as well, and hopefully I can help you guys make some decisions for this upcoming week. So I'm going to go over my 3 leagues like I said. We got non-PPR, half PPR, 1 quarterback, 2 quarterback. We got some Dynasty, some Redraft, all sorts of good stuff. So let's get into it. This is the first league. This is a 12-team, 1 quarterback league, non-PPR. I'm 7-3 in this league. I just lost last week. I was the number 1 seed. Now I'm the 4 seed. I believe we're all 7-3, tied for first. There's 4 of us. So we're going to make some start-sit decisions here. So Drew Brees is on IR for me, along with a bunch of other people, So we're going to get through these injuries. Like you guys are probably dealing with a ton of injuries, like me in this league. So we can relate, right? So we're going to be starting Kirk Cousins over Tua at quarterback because, like I said, Drew Brees is hurt. At running back, I actually don't mind playing Ballage this week in a good matchup against the Jets. As you can see, I'm without Carson, McCaffrey, Montgomery, Justin Jackson, Raheem Mostert. So Kalen Ballage is not a bad pivot option to turn to. He's been pretty decent lately despite having a pretty rough start to his career in general. And then I am playing Devontae Booker. I don't love it, but he's had a couple decent weeks in a row, and I really don't have a better option. So I'm hoping he just, gets in the end zone, luckily, or something like that. And then we already played Tyler Lockett this week. He had a pretty good game. And then we have to decide between starting Will Fuller, Chase Claypool, and Chris Godwin. And for the sake of time, I want these videos to be a little bit shorter. I'm going to be playing Fuller and Claypool. Fuller and Godwin both have tough matchups. Fuller has a tough history against the Patriots, and I believe Stephon Gilmore will be playing as of this recording. I heard he's traveling with the team, so we'll see Sunday morning. But I'm just going to stick with Will Fuller. He's been hot. And yeah, I love Chase Claypool this week and moving forward. I actually love him so much that I got offered Allen Robinson and Antonio Brown for Chase Claypool, and I declined it. Maybe that was a dumb decision. I don't know, but I love Chase Claypool's weekly upside because, he has a touchdown potential. He has a pretty decent floor. He's been getting a lot of targets. And then just comparing him to Allen Robinson, he has a better quarterback situation, more scoring opportunities, better offense. So I just stuck with Chase Claypool. I don't know how to say it, man. I just love Chase Claypool this week and moving forward. And did I say that this was a non-PPR league? I hope I said that. This is a non-PPR league. And yeah, that's pretty much all for this week. We're playing Younghoe Koo at kicker, Washington football team at defense. And then this is last week, week 10. I had a terrible, terrible week. You can see the rest of the scores. There were actually a lot of low-scoring teams last week, apparently. But I still almost snuck out a win. But yeah, I had a very, very rough week with Drew Brees getting hurt and the rest of my team doing pretty terrible other than Ballage and Claypool, the only people on my team in double digits. You see my bench. I had a ton of bye weeks, ton of injuries. I only had 2 other players on my team score that were on the bench. So overall, that was pretty terrible. And these are the transactions I have made this week. I finally dropped Russell Gage, and I picked up Dalton Schultz and Devontae Booker, but then I dropped Dalton Schultz for Evan Ingram. I think that's what I did, for 8 out of 200 fab points. And then once I put Drew Brees on IR, I had enough room to add Kirk Cousins as a free agent, who I am playing this week. So, yeah, I mean, Kirk Cousins, he struggles with inconsistency, but, when your back's against the wall, you got to start someone. So, and it's a decent matchup against Dallas, right? So then this is the next league we're going to move on to. This is a half PPR, 2 quarterback league. When we look at the transactions, I added Alex Smith for 27 out of 200 fab points. Again, this is a 2 quarterback league, so quarterbacks are valuable. I would say I added him so I could trade him, but our trade deadline has passed, so I guess he's kind of just like my 4th string quarterback. I don't know. I blocked another team from getting him, I guess, in a 2 quarterback league. Every quarterback has value. But I also added Logan Thomas for $13 and dropped Jimmy Graham. This is last week's box score. I did take the L. Kyler Murray did have a good week, but actually a lot of not so good weeks. You see right there, DJ Moore had a good week, but other than that, no one was really that great. And then on the bench, I could have started Malcolm Brown, but, who would have thought to do that, right? And then this is my matchup for this week. It looks like I have played Kyler Murray, who had a decent game, nothing too crazy, and my opponent played Tyler Lockett and Kenyon Drake, who both had pretty good games. So I'm already at a little bit of a deficit. So now in this league, we're going to have to make some decisions. And again, for the sake of time, I don't want to over-explain things, but Melvin Gordon, he has not been doing very good lately. He hasn't been getting a lot of volume. And honestly, the Miami's defense is playing pretty well. Their whole team is playing pretty well. So I think what I might do is I might bench Melvin Gordon, move Darrell Henderson to the running back spot, and then put Amari Cooper in as a wide receiver. And then actually I'm going to move Tyreek Hill to the flex because he plays in the later game, so I can have some more flexibility. Like if Tyreek Hill like is suddenly injured or something and misses the game, I can put a running back, tight end, or a wide receiver there instead of just a wide receiver if I had him in my own, just like in the regular wide receiver spot. And I think those are pretty much the only moves we're making. We got Robinson on bye, Evan Ingram on bye. That's why I had to pick up Logan Thomas and drop Jimmy Graham because both of my tight ends were on bye. So yeah, I'm liking, and Calvin Ridley's playing this week. Gotta play him, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's looking good. I'm starting Matt Ryan over Jared Goff, so I think we can move on to the next league here. So this is a Dynasty league, 1 quarterback, half PPR. The last league was also half PPR. Again, I forgot if I said that, but I think I did. And then as far as transactions go, I picked up Alex Smith for 3 out of 200 fab points, dropped Nick Mullins. I mean, nothing too crazy. And then this was last week's matchup. I did get the W. Tom Brady, he had a good game. I mean, I'm not going to read off the whole box score. You can see, like, DeAndre Hopkins also had a big game. He had that crazy game-winning touchdown catch, so that was insane. And then here's my bench in case you were curious. I mean, you can kind of see Marvin Jones has been hot lately, and we're going to talk about him in a second here as well. But let's see. This is my matchup so far this week. I played DeAndre Hopkins, who had a way worse week this week than last week, 5 for 51. Not terrible, like enough to keep me afloat, but I was hoping for a big game, you know, especially in that matchup against a terrible Seattle defense. So yeah, this is our team for the week. We're going to have to make some adjustments here. So at quarterback, we're pretty much deciding between Tom Brady, Matt Ryan, and Cam Newton. Newton has the best matchup. Tom Brady has the toughest matchup, but I am going to stick with Tom Brady over Matt Ryan, you know, and Cam Newton. I don't know why. They're all pretty close to me. I just have a gut feeling about Tom Brady on Monday Night Football. I think he's going to do well. I can't say why. If you played either of these two over them, I wouldn't blame you. But like Cam Newton, you know, a lot of his production has come on the ground, which it could continue to happen, but he's had some weeks where he disappeared. Matt Ryan, he's had some weeks where he disappeared. And frankly, Tom Brady has too. So I'm just kind of rolling the dice here with Brady, right? At running back, James Conner and Miles Sanders are locked and loaded. We have a couple decisions here to make at these 2 flex spots with Jonathan Taylor and J.D. McKissic. And then at wide receiver, already started Hopkins. I got Mike Williams in there currently and Chris Godwin. So I'll tell you right now, Godwin is staying in there. We are going to bench Mike Williams, even though I do like Mike Williams this week. It's, you know, he's always, you know, he always has an opportunity for a big play, especially against the Jets. I think he could definitely do that. And the person I'm going to replace him with comes down to Amari Cooper and Marvin Jones. I also like Marvin Jones this week, kind of similarly to Mike Williams. He could get in the end zone. He's been doing very well lately. But I'm just going to go with Amari Cooper. I think he's the most talented. I believe he's getting Andy Dalton back. All right, yeah, so I did just check just to verify for you guys, and as of this recording, it says Andy Dalton is aiming to play the game, so that definitely helps Amari Cooper. He can at least, you know, get him the ball a little bit. And then our other decision comes down to Jonathan Taylor, J.D. McKissic, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and Giovanni Bernard. And I'm just going to say it, guys. I'm benching Jonathan Taylor. I might sound crazy, but he's been getting no volume lately. You know, you see his fantasy production, it's just not there. If he has a good week against Green Bay, it's a good matchup. You know, if he starts the game hot and they keep giving him the ball, then oh well. But I'm going to start playing some other people and, you know, put him back into my lineup once he, you know, proves to me that he can do something. And, you know, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, he's had a rough start to the season as well, but he's been a little bit better, I guess. You can take a look at his box score here. I mean, nothing crazy, just a little bit more consistent. I don't know, man. It's rough for both of them. And then I'm really just deciding between J.D. McKissic and Giovanni Bernard. I'm actually going to go with Gio. It's very close for me. I just like Gio a little bit more this week. Unless the weather is bad. It's supposed to be cloudy. Wait. Oh my goodness. They're in the same game. Okay. That was silly of me. They're in the same game. So I would assume that they will have the same weather conditions to deal with. So yeah, let's take a look at that. All right. We got the later games in the flex. All right, we're all good. So yeah, this is our lineup for the week. We're starting Dallas Goedert. I'm at tight end. As you can see, I am without George Kittle, as well as a few other players. You know, Cortland Sutton is hurt. Deebo Samuel's out. Justin Jackson's injured. So, you know, we're making do. And we got the Chargers against the Jets. Playing a DST against the Jets is never a bad idea. So yeah, this is looking good for our half PPR, really big roster Dynasty league here. So yeah, that is pretty much going to do it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hoped it helped you make some start-sit decisions. I didn't get too in-depth with a lot of things because I wanted to keep this a little bit quicker. But yeah, that's going to do it for the video. Like I said, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure to drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more fantasy football content, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.